You know what they say, first impressions matter. And when it comes to your home, the first thing people notice isn't your front door or your roof, it's your landscaping. The shrubs that frame your home guide the eye and set the mood before anyone even steps inside. But here's the problem. Now, most front yards look flat or dull because people plant random bushes without thinking about contrast or composition. Today, we're fixing that. In this video, I'll show you 10 stunning shrub combinations that instantly boost your home's curb appeal. Whether you have a modern home, a cozy cottage, or a classic suburban yard. Let's dive in. 1. Boxwood Plus Hydrangea, classic elegance with year-round charm. If you want a front yard that instantly says refined, this is the combination. Boxwood and hydrangea are the landscaping equivalent of black and white. Timeless, balanced, and effortlessly beautiful. Picture this. A neat row of boxwoods forming a perfect emerald border, each one trimmed into soft mounds or geometric shapes. Behind them, the billowing blooms of hydrangeas rise like clouds, creamy whites, blush pinks, or lime greens that glow in the evening light. It's elegance, structure, and softness, all in one frame. Boxwoods are your foundation, evergreen and reliable. They hold their shape through every season, even when snow covers the ground or hydrangeas lose their leaves. Think of them as the architectural frame of your garden, providing structure when everything else comes and goes. You can prune them into spheres, squares, or even a formal hedge. It's like sculpting living art. Hydrangeas, on the other hand, are your seasonal stars. Their massive blooms bring movement and romance, softening the formality of the boxwoods. Varieties like Annabelle, Limelight, or Little Lime are perfect for front yards, bold but not overpowering. Annabelle gives you pure white globe-like flowers that glow even in low light, while Limelight starts green and fades to creamy white, extending interest from summer into late fall. For best results, plant your boxwoods about 18 to 24 inches apart in front, creating a defined border or edge along a walkway or foundation. Behind them, space hydrangeas about 3 to 4 feet apart to allow for full growth and airflow. This layered effect creates depth, like a professionally designed landscape. Hydrangeas love partial sun and moist, rich soil, while boxwoods prefer well-drained ground and at least a few hours of sunlight. To keep things balanced, mulch around the roots to retain moisture and suppress weeds. In winter, when the hydrangeas go bare, the boxwoods still stand strong. Green, structured, and alive. And when summer returns, the hydrangeas explode into color again, transforming your entryway into something out of a garden magazine. To take it one step further, add soft uplighting at the base of the hydrangeas or boxwoods. At night, the light will cast a warm glow upward, creating depth and luxury without you lifting a finger. This pairing isn't just landscaping, it's atmosphere. A boxwood and hydrangea combo makes your home feel expensive, elegant, and timeless, even if your budget isn't. It's the kind of look that says, someone really thought this through. 2. Lavender Plus Roses, the fragrant cottage dream. Now let's shift from elegance to romance. The kind of garden that makes you slow down, breathe deeply, and smile. The combination of lavender and roses is pure sensory poetry. When you walk past this pairing, the scent hits first. That calming lavender aroma mixed with the sweet perfume of rose petals. It's the smell of summer mornings and evening tea on the porch. Then comes the color. Soft pastels dancing against the silvery green tones of lavender foliage. Together, they create that dreamy, old-world cottage look that never fails to impress. But don't be fooled by the charm. This is also one of the most functional pairings you can grow. Lavender is like the rose's personal bodyguard. It repels pests like aphids, whiteflies, and beetles naturally without chemicals. That means fewer sprays, healthier blooms, and a more balanced garden ecosystem. Lavender also loves the same conditions as roses, full sun and well-drained soil. That's why they work so harmoniously side by side. The key to success here is placement and proportion. Start by using low-growing varieties of lavender, such as English lavender, Lavandula angustifolia, or Munstead. These stay compact and form neat, fragrant borders. Then plant your roses just behind them, about 12-18 inches away, so the blooms rise just above the lavender's soft haze of purple. The result looks natural yet intentional, wild yet refined, For roses, you have endless choices. If you want continuous blooms with minimal fuss, go for knockout roses or drift roses, both compact and perfect for small spaces. If you prefer traditional romance, try David Austin or tea roses for their large, velvety petals and deep fragrance. Imagine walking down a pathway lined with lavender on both sides, brushing against it as you go, releasing that calming scent, and seeing clusters of roses blooming just behind, glowing in the sunlight. It's like stepping into a storybook. Care-wise, keep both plants in well-draining soil. They hate wet feet. Water deeply but infrequently, allowing the soil to dry slightly between watering sessions. Once established, lavender becomes drought-tolerant, and roses, with their deep roots, handle short dry spells well too. For maintenance, prune lavender lightly after its first bloom to encourage a second flush of flowers. For roses, deadhead spent blooms regularly to keep them producing new buds. Both respond beautifully to a bit of care and reward you with months of color, scent, and charm. Here's a bonus tip. Edge the planting area with small gravel or light-colored stone mulch. It reflects heat and light, keeping lavender happy and adding that Mediterranean vibe. And if you want to really elevate the look, mix in a few ornamental companions like catmint or salvia to extend the bloom time and attract even more pollinators. This combination, lavender and roses, captures something no artificial landscape can replicate. It's not just beauty, it's emotion. It's the feeling of calm, romance, and life, right outside your front door. 3. Japanese maple. Azalea, a burst of color and texture. If you want a front yard that stops people in their tracks, this pairing is the one. It's like nature's own fireworks show, subtle one moment, spectacular the next. Imagine a soft morning light filtering through the feathery leaves of a Japanese maple, each one glowing with shades of crimson, bronze, or gold. Beneath it, a wave of azaleas bursts into bloom, clouds of pink, purple, coral, and white spreading like living paint across the ground. Together, they create a layered masterpiece that feels both peaceful and bold. The Japanese maple is all about grace and structure. Its elegant, arching branches add height and motion to your landscape, while its delicate leaves bring fine texture that catches every flicker of light. Choose varieties like Bloodgood, Emperor E, or Tamukayama, all known for their vibrant color and compact size, perfect for front yard displays. Underneath, the azaleas take over the supporting role, forming a lush carpet of glossy leaves and springtime blooms. The contrast between the maple's airy form and the azalea's dense floral base is pure visual magic. It's like the calm of a Japanese garden blended with the cheerful energy of spring. Here's what makes this pairing so powerful. They actually like the same environment. Both thrive in partial shade and slightly acidic, well-drained soil. Morning sun and afternoon shade are ideal. Add some organic matter or pine bark mulch to enrich the soil and keep moisture consistent without getting soggy. When planting, give your Japanese maple the upper layer, ideally a raised spot or a slope, and place azaleas beneath or slightly in front to form a tiered effect. This layering gives depth and makes your front yard look professionally designed, even if you did it yourself on a weekend. As the seasons change, so does the show. In spring, azaleas steal the spotlight with masses of blooms. In summer, their green foliage keeps things full and vibrant. Then fall arrives, and the Japanese maple explodes into a firestorm of color, from scarlet to amber to deep burgundy. Even in winter, the sculptural silhouette of the maple's branches brings quiet elegance. For maintenance, prune the maple lightly after its leaves drop to keep its shape open and graceful. Trim azaleas right after flowering? Too late, and you'll cut off next year's buds. Add a layer of pine mulch yearly to maintain soil acidity and suppress weeds. If you want to elevate the look even more, tuck in a few ferns or hostas near the base for a soft, woodland feel. Or add a small garden light beneath the maple. At night, it'll cast shadows that dance across your azaleas like something from a dream. This pairing brings movement, texture, and emotion to your yard. It's not just landscaping, it's living art. A garden that feels calm yet alive, bold yet balanced. A true reflection of nature's harmony. 4. Spirea Plus, Barberry, the low-maintenance color. Let's move from elegance to energy, because this next combination is for anyone who wants bold color, zero fuss, and non-stop visual interest. Meet the unbeatable team, Spirea and barberry. Together, they're like the dynamic duo of the front yard. One soft and romantic, the other sharp and striking. And the best part? They practically take care of themselves. Start with Spirea. These easygoing shrubs form gentle, rounded mounds that burst with tiny flowers in spring and summer. Depending on the variety, you'll get clouds of white, pink, or magenta blooms that attract pollinators and light up the landscape. When fall arrives, the foliage turns glowing shades of orange, red, or gold, giving you color from spring through frost. Now pair that softness with the bold, structured presence of barberry. This shrub doesn't rely on flowers for drama. Its foliage is the star. Varieties like Crimson Pygmy, Royal Burgundy, or Golden Rocket bring deep red, purple, or golden yellow tones that stay vivid all season long. Even in midsummer heat, their color doesn't fade. It pops. Together, they create a perfect contrast. The feathery, floral look of Spirea against the crisp, spiky texture of barberry. It's a combination that keeps your front yard visually interesting without needing constant pruning or watering. Both are extremely hardy. They thrive in full sun, handle heat and drought like champs, and don't need fancy soil. They even tolerate poor or rocky ground, making them perfect for anyone who wants great results with minimal effort. Here's how to design with them. Plant barberry as your anchor shrub, either in a line along the walkway or spaced evenly as foundation accents. Then fill the spaces between with Spirea clusters to soften the look. The barberry's dark leaves will make the Spirea's pastel blooms pop. And in fall, both shrubs light up with fiery shades of red and orange. For an extra visual boost, use mulch that complements the colors. Dark brown or black mulch enhances barberry's red tones, while natural bark mulch brings out Spirea's warmth. Maintenance is nearly effortless. Spirea benefits from a quick trim after flowering to encourage new blooms, while barberry just needs light shaping once a year. That's it. They resist most pests, tolerate pollution, and even work well in urban settings. This duo looks great in almost any landscape style, modern, traditional, or rustic. For a more polished look, choose compact varieties and shape them into neat borders. For a natural vibe, let them grow a bit wild and blend into rock gardens or pathways. And here's a design secret. Pair them with neutral hardscaping, like gray stone, brick, or gravel, to make their colors stand out even more. Under morning light, the Spirea blooms glow softly. Under evening sun, the barberry foliage burns like embers. If your goal is year-round color with almost no work, this combo delivers. Spirea Plus. Barberry is proof that a stunning front yard doesn't have to mean endless maintenance. Sometimes you just need the right match. 5 ornamental grasses, dwarf evergreens, texture meets structure. If you love clean, modern landscapes that look amazing every single day of the year, this pairing is pure magic. It's where movement meets structure, where nature's rhythm plays alongside sculpted form. Picture this. Tall, feathery grasses dancing gently in the breeze, their seed heads glowing golden in the afternoon sun. Beside them, a row of small, perfectly shaped evergreens. Calm, steady, and green even in winter. It's the kind of design that looks straight out of a professional landscaping magazine, yet it's surprisingly easy to create. Start with ornamental grasses like blue fescue, fountain grass, or Japanese forest grass, Hakanakloa. They bring life, motion, and texture. Soft tufts and flowing shapes that catch the wind and light in beautiful ways. Their airy forms contrast perfectly against the solid, upright nature of evergreens. Now balance that motion with dwarf evergreens, like dwarf Alberta spruce, boxwood, or globe arborvitae. These compact shrubs provide year-round structure, giving your garden a designed look even when everything else goes dormant. Here's how to make this combination really pop. Plant the evergreens in consistent intervals, creating rhythm and symmetry, and fill the spaces between them with ornamental grasses. The evergreens act like punctuation marks, grounding the composition, while the grasses provide flow and movement. The magic happens when the wind blows. The grasses sway gracefully, their plumes shimmering, while the evergreens stand tall and composed. Together, they tell a story of balance, soft and strong, wild and refined. This duo is also extremely low maintenance. Grasses only need to be cut back once a year, late winter or early spring, just before new growth begins. The evergreens require little more than an occasional light trim to keep their form. And if you really want to elevate the look, add landscape lighting. Aim soft spotlights upward through the grasses and across the evergreens. At night, you'll see shifting shadows and glowing textures that make your front yard come alive, even after dark. This pairing works beautifully in both modern and natural designs, along walkways, driveways, or around your home's entryway. It brings movement in summer, structure in winter, and endless curb appeal in between. It's proof that with the right plants, your garden can look intentional, elegant, and effortlessly maintained, all year long. 6. Rhododendron. Once ferns, the woodland retreat. If your front yard leans toward the shady side, don't see it as a challenge. See it as an opportunity to create a calm, woodland sanctuary. And no pairing captures that mood better than rhododendrons and ferns. Together, they turn any shaded corner into a lush, tranquil retreat. The kind of place where everything feels cooler, softer, and a little more magical. Rhododendrons are the stars of the show. Broad, glossy leaves that stay green year-round, and magnificent clusters of blooms in spring. Their flowers, pink, white, lavender, or red, light up the shade like bursts of color in an enchanted forest. But even after the flowers fade, their evergreen foliage keeps your landscape rich and full. Now at their base, add ferns. These graceful plants bring movement and contrast. Feathery fronds that arch out like green lace, filling every gap between the rhododendron's larger leaves. The effect is layered, natural, and deeply soothing. Choose varieties like Japanese painted fern, lady fern, or autumn fern for subtle color and texture differences. They thrive in the same conditions as rhododendrons: acidic, well-drained soil, cool roots, and dappled light. For the best results, cover the ground around both plants with a layer of pine needles or bark mulch. It helps retain moisture, maintain acidity, and gives that soft forest floor look. Design-wise, plant rhododendrons slightly behind or to the side, letting them form a backdrop. Ferns go in front or underneath, creating a soft underlayer that makes the whole planting look natural and seamless. When the morning dew clings to fern fronds and the rhododendrons glow under filtered sunlight, it's pure serenity. Birds love it. Pollinators love it. And so will you, especially in spring when everything bursts into bloom, like nature's own painting. The best part? This combo thrives where many other plants struggle. North-facing gardens, under tree canopies, shaded entryways. They're all ideal spots for this lush pairing. Minimal pruning, no fuss, no replanting. Just years of beauty that evolves with the seasons. If you add a few mossy stones or a small garden bench nearby, you'll have your very own peaceful woodland retreat, right in your front yard. 7. Holly. Plus, camellia, winter beauty, and evergreen power. When the rest of the neighborhood looks gray and lifeless in winter, your garden doesn't have to. That's where this pairing shines. Holly and camellia, the ultimate duo for color, texture, and elegance when everything else fades away. Let's start with holly, the symbol of classic, timeless greenery. Its deep, glossy leaves stay vibrant all year, and those bright red berries in winter? They're like ornaments straight out of a holiday postcard. Holly brings structure and backbone to your front yard. Clean lines, symmetry, and a sense of permanence that anchors your landscape in every season. Then comes camellia, the surprise burst of beauty when you least expect it. While most plants are asleep, camellias come to life with big, rose-like blooms in shades of pink, red, and white. Depending on the variety, they can start flowering as early as October and continue right through February or March. Imagine stepping outside on a chilly winter morning and seeing your front garden glowing with soft, romantic blooms. Pure magic. Design-wise, let holly play the role of structure, planted behind or beside your camellias to provide a rich, evergreen backdrop. Then position camellias slightly forward where their flowers can catch the eye. Together, they create depth, contrast, and continuous beauty. A design that feels both formal and welcoming. They both thrive in partial sun and slightly acidic, well-drained soil. Add a layer of mulch to keep their roots cool and moist, and you'll have a stunning, low-maintenance display that shines through every season. In summer, you get lush green foliage. In fall, the berries and buds start forming. In winter, the camellias bloom. and in spring, the cycle begins again. This is a garden combination that never looks empty. If you plant them near your front entryway or pathway, you'll enjoy their beauty up close. Glossy holly leaves catching the light, and camellia petals gently dropping onto the ground like nature's confetti. It's elegant, festive, and evergreen. A year-round reminder that even in the coldest months, your garden can still feel alive. 8. Viburnum Pla, Nandina. Subtle color with four-season interest. Now let's move to something softer, more natural, and full of year-round charm. The perfect blend of structure, color, and movement. Viburnum and Nandina. If holly and camellia are the stars of winter, Viburnum and Nandina are the quiet achievers. Always changing, always interesting, never demanding attention but constantly adding beauty. Viburnum is one of the most versatile shrubs you can grow. In spring, it bursts into life with clusters of creamy white, fragrant blooms that attract bees and butterflies. As summer rolls in, those flowers turn into bright berries, red, blue, or black, depending on the variety, feeding birds and wildlife. Then in fall, the leaves shift to stunning shades of bronze, burgundy, and gold before winter arrives. It's a plant that truly earns its keep every single season. Now pair that with nandina, often called heavenly bamboo. Not because it's related to bamboo, but because its airy, upright stems look just like it. Nandina's leaves are always changing color. Fresh lime green in spring, rich emerald in summer, and fiery red or orange as the temperature cools. Some varieties even hold bright red berries through winter, adding sparkle to your garden when everything else goes bare. When planted together, Viburnum and Nandina create a layered, multi-dimensional effect that looks curated, almost like something from a designer landscape. The Viburnum's fuller shape gives structure and balance, while the Nandina's vertical lines and shifting colors bring movement and lightness. They're both hardy, drought-tolerant once established, and low maintenance, perfect for busy homeowners who still want that wow factor at the front of their home. And the color palette? Simply unbeatable. From soft whites and spring greens to deep reds and bronzes, this combination brings life to your yard all year long. For best results, plant viburnums toward the back or middle layer of your bed, and nandinas closer to the front. Space them so the nandina's colorful leaves dance in the sunlight, while viburnum provides a lush, solid background. They're fantastic choices for walkway borders, foundation plantings, or entryway groupings. Add a few landscape lights beneath them, and you'll see their colors glow like stained glass in the evening. This duo is elegance with ease. No constant trimming, no heavy watering, just steady beauty that evolves month after month. If you want a front yard that quietly impresses, one that feels balanced, alive, and effortlessly stylish, Viburnum and Nandina are the perfect match.